Inspirational stories. Stubborn goats. Two goats came face to face while crossing a narrow bridge. "Let me pass," said one of them. "Never you get out of my way," said the other goat. They quarreled each other and lost their balance. They fell into the stream down below and died. A few days later, another two goats came face to face while crossing the same bridge. Both these goats were wise and patient. They made way for each other to cross the narrow bridge. Both reached their home safely. Moral of the story: better bend than break. Hard work and laziness. In a large house lived a lazy young man. He woke up in the afternoon, ate his meals, and then lay in bed again. He had a parrot named Polly. She watched this lazy fellow and was puzzled by him. One day Polly asked the young man, "Don't you get tired of lying in bed all day and all night? The sun has been out hours ago, and people have finished half their day's work. Why are you so lazy?" she asked as she ruffled her feathers. The young man yawned and answered, "Every morning when I wake up, two friends whisper in my ears. One friend is hard work and the other laziness. Hard work says, 'Wake up. There is lots to do today. Time is passing by. Don't waste it by sleeping.' But laziness says, 'Why the hurry to wake up? Sleep some more. Why should you work while there are others to work hard?'" The young man continued, "I listen patiently to both my friends. All my time goes by like that, and so I keep lying in bed for a long time. Just talk does not help. We should get up and work." Moral of the story: hard work breeds success, laziness produces mediocrity. The Lion and the Frog. The lion was the king of the forest. He had a powerful voice and he roared to please himself and scare others. All the animals were scared of him. He also knew every corner of the forest and every animal and every sound in it. Now, there was a pond in the middle of the forest. The lion would drink water and sleep there for some time every day. One day, the lion finished drinking water and lay down by the pond. As his eyes were closing, he heard a new sound. It was a hollow, croaky sound. He opened his eyes, but he didn't see anyone. Then he heard it a second and a third time. By now, the lion was scared and thought in fear, what if it were a ghost? After some time, a frog crawled out of the pond and croaked. The lion saw that he had been scared out of his wits by so small a creature. He grew angry with the frog and tore it to pieces with his claws. The Old Man and Death. There was an old man who had to work very hard. He had to cut wood in the forest every day. One day he thought to himself, "Oh, this work is too hard for me." Now the old man had to carry the logs into the city for sale. He had to walk a long distance with his load to reach the city. He often thought, "I wish somebody was there to help me with this hard work." One day, when he was walking towards the city, he became very tired with his long journey. He sat down by the wayside and threw down his load in anger. Then he started saying loudly, "I hate this hard work. Why doesn't death to come me?" When Death heard the old man calling him, he immediately appeared in answer to his summons. Death asked him, "Why did you call me?" The old man was shocked to see Death as he did not want to die. The old man hurriedly replied in much fear, I called you so that you might help me in lifting the wooden logs. Please help me to place them again upon my shoulders. Moral of the story: think before you speak. The Owl and the Nightingale. Once there was an owl who lived in an old broken down temple. The temple had a large library. It was full of books about history, literature, and religion. The owl studied these books all day. As time passed, he grew very proud of his knowledge. Now he believed that he was the most intelligent of all creatures. Thus, the owl read the library's books every day and then pretended to be lost in deep, wise thoughts. One such day, the owl was sitting on a tree outside the temple with his eyes half closed. Suddenly, a nightingale came and sat on the same tree. Soon, she began singing in her sweet voice. At once the owl opened his eyes and said to the nightingale, O proud nightingale, stop your song. Do you not see that I am thinking of wise things? Your silly song is disturbing me. To this the nightingale replied, Foolish owl, you think that you will become learned just by reading some books and pretending to be wise. Only the intelligent know how sweet my songs are. Only they can truly admire my voice. Moral of the story: learn from books and from everything else around you. Prometheus and the two roads. In the olden days, the Greeks believed Zeus to be the king of all gods and Prometheus the god who made man. One day Zeus called Prometheus and said, I command you, Prometheus, to show all human beings the way of freedom and the way of slavery. Prometheus said, the way to freedom will be rough in the beginning, with many blocks and steep climbs. There would be no water to drink, there would be no pathways, only thorns, and there would be dangers on all sides. But the road would become a smooth plain. There will be fruit, trees, and streams on both sides of the path. The difficulty will end. People will be able to rest. They will reach freedom. Prometheus then added, the wave of slavery will start out as a smooth plain in the beginning. The pathway will be full of beautiful flowers and very comfortable, just the opposite to the road leading to freedom. But later there will be only blocks, steep climbs, and difficulty on all sides. Moral of the story: good things in life do not come easy. Pundit and Rich Man. There was Pandit in the village. He was well versed in all scriptures. He knew everything, but he was poor. He did not have a house. He used to get his meals also with great difficulties. Even his clothes were very much worn out. So the Pandit used to beg for his meals. He went from house to house begging, Please give me alms. On seeing his old clothes, many people were thinking that he is mad. So saying, Go away, they shut the door. For many days he did not even eat. Once somehow he obtained new clothes. A rich man gave those clothes to the Pandit. Wearing those new clothes, he went for begging as before. To the very first house he went, the householder said, Sir, please come in. Please have your food in our house. Saying thus with great respect, he took the Pandit inside for food. The Pandit sat down to eat. Varieties of soups, sweet meals, vadas, and sweet foods were served for eating. Having prayed first, the Pandit took a sweetmeat with his hand and began to feed his new clothes, saying, Eat, eat. On seeing that, all the householders were surprised. and were not able to understand. So they asked thus, the clothes do not eat, right? The why, O great Pandit, do you offer food to the clothes? Then that Pandit answered thus, indeed, because of this new cloth you offered me food today. Yesterday itself, in this very house, you asked me to go away. Since I obtained food due to these clothes, I am grateful to them. This is why I am feeding them. The householders were a little ashamed. Moral of the story, never judge anyone by their outlook.